What's up, y'all? This your girl, Jay Renee with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This morning, I have a very special guest, okay? He's been here before a couple of times, but this time is very special because this is the re-meeting, the regrouping meeting of the minds, since he is now on this side of the G-Wall. My bro, you know what I mean, King Bro out there, Leon Benson, also known as L. Bentley 448. So let me go and bring him in. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Queen Sister?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing exceptionally well this morning. I've been looking forward to this for sure, and I'm glad that you can make it.
Definitely. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Okay, for sure. So we're going to jump right in there. So tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from.
Hey, my name is Leon Benson. I'm a hip-hop artist. I'm an activist, community leader. My hip-hop handle is L. Bentley 448. Most people call me LB or they call me 448. And I was recently exonerated 94 days ago after 25 years of wrongful incarceration in the state of Indiana. And to be quite frank, I'm back for everything.
I know that's right. You definitely hit the ground running. I know that we used to talk a lot, and we talked about the things that you wanted to do, and you definitely wasn't playing. Like you said day 94. You've been active and busy ever since. I want to ask you, though, like, how are you doing? How are you being home?
Being home, to be honest with everybody out there, especially returning citizens, re-entry is very difficult. I think I had a leg up because while I was inside, I was studying and practicing emotional intelligence and social intelligence. So my main thing is wellness. It's a big adjustment, coming back into society after 25 years, especially with technology and aligning yourself with healthy relationships. But for the most part, day 94, I'm feeling pretty damn good.
For sure. Your music has always been one of my favorites. And you definitely are still making music and pushing it since you've been out here. It's a particular song that you had me listen to, but the whole album is on pre-order, y'all. I'm going to put the link up so y'all can check that out. But tell us, how's your music been going since you've been home?
Oh, definitely. The music definitely been going great. My project that I had, Innocent Born Guilty, I was waiting to release it while I was inside. And my attorneys and my business partner thought it would be a better idea to wait to after I'm exonerated so we wouldn't get in the way of the investigation of my case. So I dropped that project. I think it's pretty good. I think it's great. It's real. It's raw. I think this is the first time you get somebody who has been exonerated that can really give you some real heat in hip-hop and talk to that particular crowd. That crowd of hip-hoppers, of the urban, black side are severely affected by mass incarceration and injustice. So I'm speaking directly to the masses. So the music is it's really good. I want everybody to go out there and check it out and really build with me. I got a whole lot more coming too.
All right, and I'm gonna be definitely plugged in to check that out. Let's talk a little bit more in depth about the particular song that I listened to. It's called "She Loves Me," right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful song. Of course, I love it, not just because it's yours, but because of the message. And I'm in that situation, and I think it can resonate with not only the wives and the girlfriends, but the mothers and things like that. So tell us about "She Loves Me" and what made you create that.
Definitely the song "She Loved Me." Well, after 25 years, every year battling, for my liberation, for my peace of mind, while inside, it made me really realize, the value of struggle and liberation, even in society, especially in society, sometimes we don't know we really need until, we need it, it was freedom. So, on the inside, I started to realize that most of the people that represent or support, people in prison are women, right? It could be your mother, your sister, your daughter, your auntie. And, but this has been the case the whole time throughout history. None of us would be here without the woman, particularly women of color. There's no way that you can put down a black woman without putting down yourself. Because without these sisters, without their work, without their sacrifices, without their investments, we wouldn't even be here. So, that point was really hit home, when I was on the inside. Now, unfortunately for me, I didn't have a consistent, significant other, all the way through. But, I seen, those stories, in real life with a few of the gentlemen I was with while on the inside. And so what I did, I made this ideal, a love letter, a gratitude letter, to all them women out there that stand by their man, that stand by their brother, that stand by their loved one. This is a love letter to y'all. It's time for y'all to be recognized. And that's my song that I'm using to recognize you sisters out there and mothers.
Yes, it's beautiful. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all definitely need to make sure that you check it out. It's so much I want to ask you. I'm trying to, keep it in line. But since we're talking about women and society, I'll jump into that. So tell me what you think about what you've seen so far when it comes to society since being out. I know you definitely can see it with a different set of glasses on. What you think about what's going on out here?
Definitely when I come back to society after being gone for so long, I guess you can say I feel like the motion picture Demolition Man, starring Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone, they was frozen in this prison or whatnot, and they came back, in the future, and they was like, look at what's going on. So they definitely had some advantages, from the past. I feel the same way. When I come out, I feel like my emotional and social level is very, very high. The technology, that was something because everything is connected to your phone,
right.
To the internet. I see people, walking and texting, everybody talking on their phone everywhere, everybody plugged into something, and it seems like it's less social, physical engagement than it was before I went in. There's some bright sides, I'm here in Detroit, I'm back home in the D, and it looks a lot better in Detroit. I feel a lot more community.
Okay.
I feel like the world is more diverse, even though it's very divided. That's like ironic. Like I see people like getting along, more. I see a diverse crowd of people, everywhere I go, it's some rural parts, that's concentrated with different communities, but in the inner cities, I just see a lot of diversity. I had a chance to travel to at least like 10 cities so far, and I've seen that diversity. So those are some of the things I see that's different from when I left.
Okay. Now, talking about these 10 cities, that take us right to what I was going to ask you about, this work that you've been doing. I've been watching you hit the ground running, not playing around. So tell the people about some of the work that you're doing, bro.
Well, some of the work I'm doing right now is just, I'm going to always be a community activist, when an opportunity comes up that I can I could be impactful or I could be helpful, I would definitely step up. You see me kind of, doing a lot of touring, talking about the criminal injustice system and talking about my situation of being a wrongfully incarcerated individual. So, getting out, I've been able, to go to the San Francisco School of Law, and speak, especially to the student body and those students that worked on my case. So I got to talk to them, a lot of them in the Bay Area. That was very, powerful. I was able to go to the Innocence Conference in Arizona. That was really special because I was around literally hundreds of exonerees. And, it was very impactful to hear their stories and to learn from, what they've been through as returning citizens. In Detroit, I've been able to plug with the organization Exonerees out of Detroit. This is the first exoneree ran organization for exonerees in the United States. So, they have put me into a lot of great opportunities to showcase, my talents of speaking, of organizing. And, I feel really proud about that, and not to mention some of the side things, I showed up for different rallies and stuff like that. So the biggest thing I've been doing is it's a solidarity tour for me right now because, I know I had a lot of loyal supporters, while I was inside. I used to talk to on the phone, receive emails and write letters. But I think it's very important for me to make the rounds to meet a lot of those people in person to really, solidify our relationship on this side of the wall. So that's what you see me doing out there, basically. I'm on a solidarity tour.
I love it. I love what you call it, too. It's definitely that. So I want to talk about this. You said you make mention of being around so many other exonerees, and there's so many others across the country that you haven't met, and there's brothers and sisters that's behind the wall that have yet to be freed from wrongful conviction. It just goes to show the importance of being active in social justice. So tell us about some of the social justice things that you're thinking about doing or that you are doing, and in the fight, because we got to fight for ourselves because no one coming.
Definitely. Well, it's a lot of things out there that I'm involved with. I've been closely involved with the brother Kwame Shakur. He's definitely my comrade. We was brothers while on the inside, and he was one of the few people that got out, that done, the things that we talked about and studied. So that was very instrumental for me to see that brother, out here doing his thing. He was the chairman for the Rainbow Coalition. Since he stepped down, he's the Minister of Literature and Education for the Rainbow Coalition. Okay. So a lot of stuff that I've been doing, been going through him, with a lot of the book tour and stuff, showing up to different rallies and stuff, in Indianapolis. We got one in July in Indianapolis, Indiana, where, he helped organize, a lot of the street organizations as a act of unity and of direction for, self-autonomy for the community and building. So that's one thing, I've been doing, with Kwame. Also, I work closely with Die Jim Crow Records. They also
shout out to Die. Shout out to them. B.L. Sherrill.
Yeah. See, and one thing that's really great about Die Jim Crow Records, they're the only record company in America that's a non-profit. And what they do, they go inside Fury Young, being the CEO, it's his brainchild. And what he do, he go inside prisons and record, incarcerated people so they can get their story on the record about how mass incarceration, affected them and their families. So we got some stuff looming where, we'll be going into some prisons in the near future, and recording and also doing workshops, for those prisoners. Mm-hmm. And help them, with some reentry ideas and, give the system itself, some pushback, until we can really, dismantle this system of oppression.
Thanks. Thank you for that.
Beyond that, I'm just looking into the wellness field.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking, to become a recovery coach. And, get out here in the community and use my unique experiences, to steer people in the right way that was on drugs or maybe displaced or, having, wellness problems.
Okay. That's going to be a beautiful thing. Wellness is very, very important. I always tell people that you got to make sure you take care of yourself, especially in this fight. You got to take care of the home base, the engine, to make it all run. So that's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for the things that you're doing, and shout out to those that's doing it with you, to everybody out there doing the work. Speaking of wellness, I want to talk a little bit about your experience. Just, how did you get through 25 years, bro, and still have your mind?
Hey, that's the question I ask myself all the time, because there's no, special way, to get through that. That situation deals with a lot of trauma, living in trauma, never having no relief of trauma, within the environment. One thing that really helped me a lot was, being able to accept this fundamental facts. No matter what, no matter who, no matter where, no matter when, everybody has the unlimited freedom to choose. So when you can't choose for your body, you can choose for your thoughts. Mm-hmm. And I always chose, freedom within my oppression. I chose health, from the conditions around me. I chose love over the hate. I chose the highest ideas possible. And I think that kind of sheltered me in my heart, in my mind, from a lot of the winds of disparity that was blowing in every direction. And, I had support, on the outside. I got to give, a lot of props, to my queen sister, Valerie Buford. She definitely rolled with me. It was other supporters, my brother, Rod, the IDOC Watch Collective. They was very instrumental with me, having, support, any type of way, whether it's coming through a letter, emails, I got a lot of support from Prison Riot Radio too, just being able to have a voice, is a big deal, with your wellness, and, outside of those, understanding I had the unlimited power of choice, I also realized, I had to hold myself accountable, despite my being wrongfully incarcerated,
right.
Despite all the bad things that people done to me, I had to hold myself accountable to be the best version of myself. And I had to be my number one accountability agent, so to speak. And I think, a combination of those things helped me get out. And last but not least, but probably the most important for me is, my faith. I implore people to really, think about their higher power and connect that to your spirituality, which in my view is, is how you live, living a righteous life, having a righteous discipline that considers nature and other people. So my spirituality was very powerful as a Hebrew Israelite. So, when times got tough, one of my mantras was hallelujah, and that means praise Yahweh in Hebrew. So all those things, help me out. But I'm gonna be frank. Hey, I'm still fucked up, from doing that time,
Yeah.
I'll never be fully healed. Everybody is affected, by this traumatic situation, So I'm living, every day, step by step, 1 second at a time.
Right.
And just looking forward, to the best that I can receive in the world.
Yeah, I think everybody can relate to that, bro. I'm just glad that you're on this side of the wall doing your healing, King Bro, for real. One day at a time, like you said, 1 second at a time sometimes. And that's all right. So tell us, what does the future hold? What you trying to get into?
Hey, look, now out of all that, right, they thought they was going to hold my spirit.
Right.
They thought they was going to keep me down. They thought they was going to break me.
Mm-mm.
But guess what? The system didn't break me.
That's right.
I'm not broken. I'm not scattered in pieces. I got enough for me, to pick up the pieces and to show the people, what real strength look like. And you can be vulnerable in that situation. So one of the things I'm doing, I'm dropping, my new album on June 26th, Innocent Born Guilty, right? Through Die Jim Crow Records. We just told y'all they the first record company in America that's a non-profit. So I thought it was fitting to really work with them because we had a relationship before I was exonerated. So look for that to be released June 26th. Same day, June 26th, is the podcast Suspects on Amazon. I want everybody to tune in because they are featuring my case from start to finish. 8-week series. It's highlighting my music. It got intimate, interviews with witnesses, with myself, with my lawyers, with detectives, and it's very powerful, tune into that. And also, coming up June 30th, I'll be performing at Eastern Penitentiary, where I'll be giving my first official concert, right? So, if y'all in the Philly area, June 30th, come on out, man, and check out your boy, L. Bentley 448. And I'm going to give you a show. It's a liberation party. I thought it was fitting,
right.
Because I actually recorded the record while I was inside. I can't tell y'all my secret how I did it, but you can read it on Audio Kite. You can check it out on Audio Kite on Die Jim Crow / L. Bentley 448. And I got another show June 1st in New York City, right? With Rock Rilla, with Baby Fame. It's a great thing, so I'm really looking forward to them things. Outside of those projects, I got to see, my family, my son, my daughters. And, that was really big for me. So what I'm really looking forward to doing is just more, work, with the family and in the community, I want to give a shout out to Greenwich Village Park Association here in Detroit. They allow me to do a lot of things, around the community. especially since my sister Val Buford is the vice president, right? So I
Shout
probably
out to
can't get
King.
out the way.
Shout out to Sis. Shout out to Queen Sis.
But it's been good. So, I'm just looking forward to more moments and just, to steadily grow and to find, like-minded people with high values.
Okay, that sounds like a beautiful beginning and end right there. I want you to know that you are highly appreciated, King Bro. I appreciate your music. I appreciate your community development things you got going. Just how you hit the ground running, being a man of your word. I appreciate you as a black man. You feel me? You are highly appreciated no matter what the world says. I want to give you an opportunity to, leave some gems with the people. Something that you want them to know or they should know.
Hey, thank you, Jay Renee. Thank you for running Prison Riot Radio. People don't know how important it is with the position that you got, with allowing people on the inside to have a voice. That voice is very powerful. It's a brother, man, I was locked up with named Philip Lee. Philip Lee, he's on trial on a death penalty case right now. When he got out, he shot and he killed the police. But he was enraged while he was inside. And, I had a chance to talk to him. And one of the things he said, he just felt like he never was heard. Nobody listened to him. So, on that level, with what you're doing, Jay Renee, is very powerful, because just giving somebody a voice to be heard is enough to reduce them from, getting out, and committing other crimes or taking their rage out on innocent people. And even more, I implore, everybody that's listening to this, to donate to Prison Riot Radio, to spread the word, to come and volunteer and do what you can do to really, expand this platform, as wide as possible. And, on that note, truth never dies. It's only rediscovered.